think this is on. Where's the chart? Here we go. Wrong phone. Here we go. Here we go. Boom. Boom. Hello. Hello, hello, hello. Hello, Darren. Hello, Steph. Hello, hello, hello. How is everyone? What's cracking? Not much, not much. What about you, Steph? I'm looking forward to next week. Things have been very busy last week with meeting a lot of different members, which has been, amazing. So taking a few of them to the trading floor. It's been really good. Hello, Andy. Hello, K-Mops. Hello, hello, hello. Hello, Heath. Hello, hello, hello. How's everyone's weekends? How's everyone's weekends been? How are you doing, G? Good, Sam. Good, Sam. What about yourself? What about yourself? Yeah, it's been busy weekend. Really busy week. Again, I've met like 3 members in the past week, and so I spent a lot of time with them. And then on top of that, obviously everything with the group, and then boxing, everything as well. It's been a lot. Hello, Wingnut. Hello, Lolo. Nice, Steph. I look forward to it as well. Busy tidying garden, then a few more of your lessons. Nice, Andy. Love that. Very good. Went for food and went to the spa. You went to the spa, Sam? Love that. Hello, Mark. Hello, Mark. Sounds like you had fun with members. Yeah, it was really good. So with all of them, went for some food and just spoke trading. And then with Mark on Friday, we spent like, I don't know how many, maybe like 4 or 5 hours plus on the trading floor, just going through a lot of different things, which was really, really good. Again, Mark, we've got so many Marks, but that Mark's made over like $16,000 in the past like 45 days, which is, really nice. And he's definitely got a lot of room for improvement on the technical side. So that's what we went through, and it was really, really, really productive time. Evening. Hello, Adam. Good evening, everyone. Hello, Harry. Evening, all. Good weekend. Drunk in Bristol last night, still recovering. Hanging, DV. Been out on the Lambretta today, and that makes me feel alive. Love that, Mark. Sounds like everyone's had a pretty good weekend. Max, good weekend. Yeah, Andy, good, but very, very busy. So last week, spent a lot of time with a lot of members here in Dubai, and so was catching up on a lot of stuff from the week, a lot. So it's just been very, very busy weekend, very, very busy. So yeah, it's been good though. It's been good. What about yourself, Andy? And then for those who are new to the live, what we tend to do is have a quick catch up, see how everyone's doing. Then from there, we mark up the charts, answer any questions along the way, and yeah. Don't forget, team, double tap the screen. It pushes the great content out there. Yeah, if you do enjoy the live, like double tapping the screen likes the stream. It helps like send out if you are enjoying it. But yeah, it's been really good going into week 2 of the challenge, which is really nice also. And then I know Brandon's kicking off some stuff as well. Where's Leon at? He's somewhere. Yeah, he's still grafting, still getting everything done, but he's off on an adventure somewhere, which is pretty cool. And then been cooking something crazy up with Craig, like seriously one of the biggest things that's ever going to come to the group. We've been sort of cooking up, and Craig's been. You leave Craig to his own devices, and he starts making some crazy things. And I think we've found something which is really, really nice. And so, yeah, that's really been piquing my interest. Even Max. Hello, Susie. Hello, Hammer. Hello, Kevin. Craig is a robot. Lad never sleeps. Yeah, Craig's an absolute weapon. Absolute weapon he is. And yeah, he's been cooking something up crazy. He started on something on like Friday, and then the next day it was like pretty much done. And I think we were both surprised how quickly it got to the stage it got to without revealing too much. But yeah, really good. Loving Craig's work ethic. Yeah, he's an absolute beast. And then, all of the educators have, amazing work ethics. They're really putting a lot of time, a lot of value into the group, which is absolutely amazing. Hello, Edward. Hello, Paul. Yeah, Craig does trade, quite similarly to me. A lot of crossover in how we both trade. A lot of crossover, actually. Hello, John. Hello. But yeah, let me know how your weekend was, guys. Let me know what you sort of got up to, and then I hope you're looking forward to sort of smash them next week. They have based all AI on Brain's brain. He is Terminator. On Craig's brain. Yes, got a lot done doing local church accounts at the moment. How do you find time to do everything you do? Andy, you don't. You sacrifice sleep. Currently, last night I had like no sleep. It was very busy. So sacrifice sleep, and then eventually you learn that isn't a good idea. And then, yeah, just systems and focusing on the sort of highest ROI thing you can do. That's something that I find really important. It's something that I've carried through and it's helped me a lot, is waking up each day and just being like, okay, what's the most important tasks I have to complete today? And normally number one is marking up the charts. And then, focus on everything else. Number 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, Craig's brain lol. Yeah, he's an absolute beast. So you lot really, you're not prepared for what he's been cooking up. Like no one would be able to guess it. Steph, so I don't really look for particular candle patterns. I keep them in the back of my mind though. So I think it's really good to understand sort of majority of candlestick patterns, whether it's, bullish engulfing, bearish engulfing, shooting star, whatever, hammers, whatever it may be. But I don't directly look for them, but I know about them. So then I can sort of, when I'm looking at a trade, I'm looking to enter. I can subconsciously see like if it's a good trade or not, because sometimes, and you'll probably have this as well, where you're looking at a trade and you'll just get that feeling like, yeah, okay, it's reaching all my confirmations, like everything looks good, like it's following my rules, etc. But I just think this is going to be really good, or alternatively, I just think it's going to be really bad. And that comes from building up an extensive knowledge of information outside of your system as well. So whether it's candlestick patterns, etc. And yeah. I don't allow myself to trade unless I've been to the gym. That's good, Sam. Very good. Just got a good message off Craig. Darren, what the hell? What is that? Hi everyone, I'm very new to this. Do you scan all markets, or you just stick with to currencies? I don't really look at currencies too much. I do swing currencies, so like hold currencies for long periods of time if things look particularly good. That's mainly fundamental there. But what I do sort of day to day is basically purely gold, like 95% gold. I think that sticking to one pair, learning that pair, learning what news impacts that pair, what sort of macroeconomic situations impact that particular pair, living and breathing that one pair will give you an edge on that particular pair. I don't really like the idea of trading like loads of different pairs. It doesn't sit well with me, and I don't think it's the optimal way to go. I feel like I'm starting to get my head around all the aspects of Fibonacci now. Had a really good day Friday. It could have well be my 1% edge. Love that, Mark. That's amazing to hear, mate. Amazing to hear. And really nice work, Mark. Keep us updated on that. Definitely keep us updated. Hello, Craig. Craig, I just saw your message that you sent just then as well. I think that's a good thing to implement. Hello, NMA. Hello. Your message earlier, NMA, was absolutely incredible as well. Really appreciate that. That was amazing to. It was amazing to see, and judging by the reactions in the public group, all the people reacting to the message, I think it really did touch a lot of people as well. So yeah, really nice. Hello, Krishina. Hello. Evening, Craig. Good buddy. Yeah, that makes sense. I just try to keep them top of my mind while looking for extra confluence before entering. Yes, Steph, that's exactly what I do. So yeah, really nice. Craig, aka Mr. Robot, has entered the chat. Literally. Yeah, had a good chill day. Riding the Lambretta. Boom. Nice, Mark. Love that. Again, on the weekends, it's good to take a step back away from the charts. Let your brain reset. Journal trades, focus on, other things, but don't necessarily be in the markets. I know a lot of people like to look at crypto over the weekend. And if you can, you've got the mental capacity to do that, then by all means. But I think, taking a step back every now and then it is important to let your brain reset. Andrea, which drop are you on about? This is currently Bitcoin. I'll move over to gold now. This is funny. This house was from a previous live we did. Boom, I'll get rid of this. Basically, price actions like a house. Just Max, go look at the thing when you're free. You're gonna love it. I will do. I'll look after this, straight after this, Craig. I look forward to it. It's actually crazy how fast that's been built. Like, I don't even understand how it can be like in that much detail and that good, that quick. It doesn't compute in my brain. Avoid trading this weekend due to previous losses during weekend trade. Yeah, nice, Andy. Really nice. And I think what Andy said then, you can definitely extrapolate that out and learn a lot from that. And from seeing what days you perform best in, seeing what markets you perform best in, can be a really good way to build up your edge and become better in these markets, because you may find that on weekends, jumping over to crypto, you don't particularly perform that well. You might find that during London session, when we haven't got that volume and volatility that comes in New York, you don't perform as good. You may find that during those lower volatility, lower volume periods like London, like Asia session, you perform better. And you only know that way by tracking it. And if you optimize yourself for these markets as well, not only optimize your system, but optimize yourself, that can really give you the edge you need. So looking at what days you perform best, looking at what sessions you perform best, even looking at what pairs you perform best in, everything like that, those little things, all it takes is a 1% edge to print money. So those can really give you that edge. It's truly amazing the buzz it creates when Craig's in the house. You always know something mega is on the way. 100%, Mark. 100%. Honestly, when seeing a message come up from Craig and then Craig join the live, I'm just like, in the back of my head, I'm like, here we go. Something big's coming. What do you mean HVF method, Andrea? I assume it's Andrea. I can't really see your name. Even though NMA, love the message. Yeah, it was an amazing message from NMA. Truly amazing. Craig, if your baby's got your brain, watch out, the world, lol. Yeah, I mean, Jesus. Future president of the world. He's going to be like 3, like, I don't know. How old are they now, Craig? Are they at the charts already? Hey, bro. Hello, Bassi. Hello. The effect I have in this group. 100% Craig. She's 2.5, bro. Yeah, so at 3, get on the charts. Profitable by 4. First funded at 4.5. There we go. Move to Dubai at 5. Get the villa at 6. Start buying off plan at 7. She's set. There you go. Retire at 8. Done. Lambo by 5, Dubai by 6. Yeah, anyone else, that's pretty tough. But I think, Mini Craig, I think we're underestimating, if anything. Got the plan in motion. Forget the Mbappe plan. The Craig plan. Should be the youngest female billionaire. Yeah. The only billionaire under 5. I wouldn't doubt it. I wouldn't doubt it. Okay. Let's get into these charts a little bit then. So, obviously we're coming off a huge drop on Friday. Did try and catch the drop beforehand. Both of these trades were ones which I was looking for come Friday. This one, very, very, very close. Very unfortunate one, but it is what it is. And this one, we just broke straight through. But the bias was still correct. So, yeah, a lot of members were in sells from this bearish pennant here, which was given in the group in advance. So, that's nice as well. And then we came super close to this as well. Very, very, I don't like saying lucky, but very unfortunate day, Friday. But didn't lose, so it's all good. First step of trading is to not lose money. Second step is to make money. Forbes top 10 under 5. She's already got more money than me. She's probably got more money than all of us. And Corey sets his times. Is this reflected by Asia, London, US sessions? What do you mean Premier Furniture? So he gives sessions so he gives them in the morning. So normally pre-London, pre-market London, or slightly into London, and normally they go throughout the day, finishing I don't know what his latest time is, but it's mid New York session. So yeah, I don't believe he does them for Asia. Hello, Hemslock. Okay. Bro, I love your strategy. Appreciate it. But let's get into these charts. So I'm gonna go I want to go a bit higher time frame here. So normally I mark up between the 12 and 24 minutes. So either 12 minute, 15 minute, 24 minute, or sometimes the 30 minute. Just based on sort of volatility and what I want to see actually on the chart. Just going back over what sort of happened. Huge impulse move to the downside. We've retested this trend line here, which was also mentioned in the group as well, which a lot of people did catch as well, which was really, really nice. We went over that. I was in that trade on Friday, which a lot of you saw as well. So after such a huge impulse move to the downside, we have had a nice bounce here. Let's zoom out a bit more. We've retested these highs here already. So sort of bullish market structure here. We're forming a high, low, high, low, high. And now probably forming a higher low. Looks nice. We have broke this trend. It's always good. I find that... Hello, Craig. Hello, Lee. It's always good, I think, when you're coming back to the charts, just speaking out loud what's sort of gone on is quite valuable. So just speak out loud what you can see. So we can see we've retested these previous highs here. Zoom out on time frame just to get a gauge of what's sort of going on. Okay, if we zoom out a bit more, we can see. I know a member did mention this before, potential cup and handle pattern. This is a big ass handle though, so I don't know what cup of tea the market's drinking, but that's a big handle. But that's something to keep in mind as well. We still have this low up here that hasn't been retested. That's something to keep in mind as well. I do quite like this here. This is quite nice. This is also quite nice. Get some trend lines on the chart just to get some general structure so we can have an idea of what's going on. On Friday, I stuck a 1.2 1.2 our trades because it was a bit unpredictable and that worked well. Buy, sell, buy, sell. Nice, Mark. Really nice. And it's good how you've identified the conditions. I think that is a very, 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 very telling sign, Mark. Identifying what conditions you're in and adapting for them is very, very, very important. Okay, to use the same rigid rules, the same rigid mindset going into every trade. The markets are very fluid. They're very flexible. You need to adapt with the markets as well. And so that's a really, really, really good to see, Mark. He checks for potential divergences. Bearish or bullish, Steph, and sort of what time frames? Hemslock. So it depends. So with TradingView, the live chart that I've got in the group, if my last chart that I looked at was gold, then it'll show up as gold. If it's Bitcoin, then it'll show up as Bitcoin. I can't have two live charts, unfortunately, using the same layout. So it's just a limitation with TradingView, unfortunately. James, finding a strategy that works, you need to find a strategy that just slightly works for you. Okay, because what people a lot of time, and I'm not saying you think like this, but a lot of people think that they're just going to find a strategy and it's just going to be insanely print money. It's going to be crazy. And so they gloss over a lot of strategies which do have a small edge. The true when you truly become profitable in these markets, it's not from necessarily the system. It's from becoming an expert on that system and learning when to use the system, when to not use the system. That's when your system can become extremely profitable. So finding a system that works for you and your particular mentality. And when I mean works, I mean break even or slightly profit. That's working, okay? Then from there, optimize it through learning when to use it, learning when to not use it. How do you figure that out? Journal the trades, okay? Screenshot the trades which you enter, and then at the end of the week, go back through and be like, okay, this trade hit stop loss. What's going on here? What did markets look like? Did I miss something? This, that, and the other. Did it follow all my rules? And then make a note of it. Next trade. Okay, this one hit take profit. What did I see here? This, that, and the other. Did it follow all the rules? Blah, blah, blah. And keep going through. Identify the conditions which you're most profitable in. A lot of people spend all of their time optimizing the system and they don't optimize themselves for the markets. So instead of optimizing your system for the markets, optimize yourself for the markets as well. Find out what conditions you thrive in, what sessions you thrive in, etc., etc., etc. Because that's an easy way to gain a nice edge in these markets. Craig, not sure why, but my child is currently laughing her ass off watching you, Max. Hello, little Craig. I hope you're enjoying the live. Your dad's a beast. Yeah, this is currently gold. Found some success using 15-minute breakout strategy with no indicators. Yeah. James, it can be a very, very simple, like you say, 15-minute breakout strategy. I don't particularly like breakout strategies, but if it works for you, then by all means go for it. And then look at when the system works, look at when it doesn't work, and then optimize that strategy for yourself. As how now? What's that, Bassi? My son's starting to buy actual physical gold as an investment, and he asked me earlier, shall I buy now? He then asked me if it will go up or down, and I said yes, lol. I actually advised him to buy. Boom. Love that, Mark. Your son's just becoming a gold dealer. I mean, fair play. That's why EA's bots, etc. don't work on the main. It takes the human mind to filter the noise. Couldn't put it better. Couldn't put it better at all. Yeah, that's... Yeah. Dave, you've put that beautifully. You know, trading bots and everything like that, you need to be extremely careful with. And then a lot of time, you know, if you want something like that to actually kind of work, you need that human element in there. Just a quick one, Max. Can you show me where you draw a fib on this 1 hour chart? Yep. So I'm gonna remove these to clear it up a little bit. Okay. So on this 1 hour chart, I'd pull a fib from this high to this low. So I pulled it from this high up here to this low down here. I do wick to wick, so the lowest point and the highest point. Some people do candle body to candle body, but I've always done wick to wick. So I'd do from this high up here to this low all the way down here. And then we can see this golden pocket lines up perfectly with this previous low here. And just before we broke out with huge volume, so this is a nice level that I would actually use. So I am actually going to mark this this up. And then I'm going to look for other confluences with it as well. Pull it in a bit. 1 second. There we go. And then I'm going to move this over. By the way, guys, if you are enjoying the stream, double tapping the screen does help spread the live out if you are enjoying it. Okay, we got daily open. Well, previous daily open now, which is nice also. So previous daily open. Plus golden pocket plus prev lows. I love it when a golden pocket lines up with previous lows or previous highs. It's normally a quite significant level. Boom. There we go. And then, so that was one fib, and then another fib which I'd potentially pull is maybe, I wouldn't on the 1 hour chart pull it from that low to that high. That's quite a bit of a distance away, so I probably wouldn't pull anything else from here. No, this isn't open AI. This is gold. Hey guys, ready to smash next week? Goals set, focused, determined, and patient to achieve what's set out. Nice, Danny. Love messages like that. I love seeing messages like that. All good, Hemslot. Told me a while ago, buy gold and hide it under the bed. Plus, if you buy gold coins, there's no tax compared to bullion. Yeah. I mean, Mark, you're setting him on the right path there. 100%. Hello, Samir. Hello. But yeah, let's zoom in to see what else is sort of going on here. So I do want to pull this level a bit further over because I like it to be nice. We've already bounced off this, so probably delete that. I quite like the idea of something here. If we range for a bit and then eventually we come into this area here, all of these trend lines lining up with one another. Let me just move this over. Yeah, loads of stuff just lining up in this general vicinity as well. Let's move this up like this. Okay, there we go. And then let's see what else we've got on this. Okay, we got previous daily open there. Probably a high volume node from this range if we mark up this entire range. No, actually, we've got a previous value area low, which I'm still happy with. Let's get on the session volume profile. Okay, we do have, yeah, there's a lot of volume there. Perfect. Perfect. There we go. Let's line this up properly. There we go. So again, golden pocket, pretty unique golden pocket. Previous day open plus previous value area low plus high volume node plus trend. I don't like this level as much as I like the above level, but it's still acceptable. There we go. Nice. Quick one, with trend lines, why do you go through price and still keep them on? I've just found that a lot of times trend lines, old trend lines are actually like really strong. So for example, a perfect example, especially when we break through it for the first time, if we break through a trend line with a lot of volume, chances are that will become resistance. A perfect example here is we bounced off this, we bounced off this, we bounced off this, we bounced off this. We broke through it with substantial volume, and then we retested it perfectly. Like, this happens a lot. Like, it happens all of the time. In sort of, for example, here, I mean, kind of a weird-ass trend line. But still, you know, we bounce off it, bounce off it, bounce off it. We break through with substantial volume, come back up, retest. This was a trade which was given in the group. And so, especially if it's been hit once, it's been gone through once, then yes. If it's just being just ran through like loads, then no. It's like, I think of trend lines and general like basic support and resistance as though it's like imagine like this trend line's a sort of fighter, okay? If you run up to the fighter, this is the analogy that I gave before, but if you run up to the fighter and you like tap him, okay, if you respect the fighter, you're gonna leg it the other way, okay? You come down, you respect the fighter, you're gonna leg it the other way, okay? If you finally break past him, okay, then when you do come back up to him and you tap him, you're gonna run the other way, okay? You respect that level. And then trend lines which don't respect the level and they're just like going back and forth, I see that as they're staying close to the fighter. You know, they're taunting him, they're in his face. They don't respect him. Okay, so like when you run into him, it's not gonna really cause you anything. You've got no fear. You've got nothing like that. I think that's a great way to visualize it. Draw it. James, I draw them on TradingView. Is BV back in? BV, man. Hello, BV. How you doing? How you been? How are things? And hello, Tony. Advise me on AI stock. AI right now is, everyone's got their differing opinions. I don't really invest in any individual AI stocks. I'm not a huge fan of AI. I think it's vastly overhyped, but not a bubble. I don't think AI is a bubble. A lot of people are saying that it's a bubble. Let me know if you want me to go into more detail on that, and I can explain my rationale behind that and how I don't think it's gonna like explode and cause mass like an '08 crisis. I'm the only AI you ever need. Yeah, literally. Craig is AI. Anyway, good to see you. Been super busy, but all good over here, buddy. Amazing to hear, BV. Amazing to hear. Hem's like, yeah, I don't use fair value gaps, but if you did, then you know, there's quite a few here. Untapped ones. There's one here, small one here, small one here, I guess. But yeah, I don't really use them. Investing. No problem. All good. Have Grok critique your trades. One thing is, I don't. You know, I see Elon Musk obviously, you know, bigging up his Grok, but I just don't think it's as good as ChatGPT yet. To be honest, I haven't used it recently, but yeah, I don't think it's as good. I might need to go test it. I find it interesting, but it's still very, very new. So. Okay, BV, yeah. BV are the challenge stuff and then the clipping stuff and then all of that stuff is kind of... And then also, last week I spent a lot of time with members actually who had been here in Dubai. If you're in the private group and you're in here and you're in Dubai, I'll always make the effort to come see you. You know, we'll go for food, we'll go do something fun, and then we'll if anything, like we'll go to the trading floor and we'll get in a quick one-to-one. I'll always make that time. So yeah, I always want to make sure to do that. Sweet, my fib settings are exact same. The only thing I've got changed really is I've got the background off. A is definitely not a bubble, but it's just the current flavor of the week. They don't have the infrastructure to sustain and turn a profit. They're still hemorrhaging. Yeah, Steph, oh my God. The amount of money that those, like any AI company is doing right now is insane. Like, yeah. Like I'm talking the money they're absolutely burning is just insane. Insane. AI is becoming useful. Transportation autonomy is a game changer. I do think that'll be very good for like you say, for transportation. Like is a sector that I think will do very well. But for every job that's the problem is AI getting rid of jobs, but you know AI needs to be overseen by people a lot of the time, so it'll open up more jobs there as well. But yeah, I think it's largely overhyped right now. The only thing that AI is really doing is making shitty videos online. Like that's kind of the main thing that it's doing. Obviously the chat agents are very good, but it needs a lot of work. A lot of the information that it spouts out is actually just straight up incorrect. Be careful. A lot of people, I see a lot of people do this. They treat AI as though it's gospel and it's 100% true because it's AI. AI gets a lot of things wrong now, like a lot of things wrong. And so yeah, if you like look into that a little bit on how actually incorrect AI tends to be, even on history, like it'll just make things up depending on the question a lot of the time. So yeah, be careful. Be careful there. You're not wrong, bro. And no, not out yet. We've got a plan in the work with it. It's just finished already, but we're doing something special with it. Yeah, something very special. Bearish green flag. Where are you looking at this bear flag, Jim? Oh, generally bullish, bearish for tomorrow. Just thinking of the environment time frame. Thanks. Let's have a look. I like to see our market opens. Overall, looking pretty bullish because we are in the red money flow here. Red money flow tends to mean bottoming out on gold. If we just look back, previous price action, red money flow here. I'll show you. Red money flow here, we tend to bottom out. Red money flow here, we continue down a bit further, but tend to bottom out before a big move up. Red money flow here, we have a move up. Red money flow here, we have a move up. But it can be sustained, but each spike down tends to have a nice move up. Again, we want to see spikes in money flow to the downside, indicating a bottom. We haven't really got a spike in money flow yet, so further downside. But when we do get this spike, and it will come, then looking for nice long positions does seem inevitable. But overall, over the next few weeks, still bullish on gold. Yeah, exactly. Even with the chatbots like me, I'm always like, #agent ASAP. Just get me through to someone ASAP, please. Not a bot. Yeah, exactly. It's nowhere near replacing humans for a lot of things. And yeah, a lot of people don't want to speak to AI as well. A lot of people want to speak to a normal person. Sweet, can you please summarize all the possibilities for opening? Opening, it can open where price is. It can open above. It can open below. I'm not going to trade. I never trade market open. I like to market open, see what craziness unfolds, edit my plan accordingly, look for nice levels. And then normally Mondays, I don't trade until New York opens. That's for me is when the week really starts. Just because, you know, I want to see volume. I want to see some volatility come to the charts. where is the money flow setting? So on Fibonacci indicator, which is an oscillator that I use, if you just go into the settings, like, have you got Fibonacci up, mate? Brig celebrations, June 8th is my day. I'll quit my 25-year, 15 hours a day job and the day before my 20th wedding anniversary. I'll make this happen thanks to this community. Amazing, Danny. That's huge. I've just screenshotted that to make a note of it. So, yeah, amazing, Danny. Absolutely amazing. If you mark the top and the bottom of that little downtrend, if you mark the top and the bottom of that little downtrend and then the uptrend, it's going to create a flag. Oh, 1 second. Let me just reload this. One second. Do you mean this bull flag sort of here? There we go. Hate it when it does that. Let's move on to this chart. Do you mean this? Is this what you're sort of looking at? I just agree, people are useless these days. I'd rather have the computer run our governments and do customer service, lol, and drive for that mayor. Yeah, I think in certain roles, it can be good. There's pros and cons to everything, isn't there? There's pros and cons. The world isn't as clear cut as black and white and right and wrong. The world isn't full of bad guys and good guys. It's very grey. So there's pros and cons to everything. And I think especially in trading, you need to be very, very, very aware of that. I think if you believe in right and wrong in these markets, you'll get wrecked. You need to understand there's no such thing as right and wrong. It's very grey. Okay, there's buyers and sellers in the market. Okay. And depending on the time frame will depend, and what sort of time scale you're looking at trading, etc., etc. Both can be right at the same time and both can be wrong. Sam, you're probably using a slightly different indicator to me. Sam, the best thing to do there is send a screenshot on Telegram or in the Discord or something. Is it Fibonacci cipher B plus divergences? Yeah, Wingman, that's what I use. And definitely be careful with any indicators. A lot of people put a lot of emphasis on indicators. All indicators do is they show you what you can already see on the chart. So they show you price action in hopefully a more digestible format for you. They don't show anything new, really. They just show you what you can already see on the chart in a more digestible format. There's no indicator which is going to predict the future. But this oscillator allows me to see price action in a more digestible way for me. It allows me to read the chart better. And so Mars, hello. But yeah, I like these two levels. These two look particularly nice, and they're basically looking for a continuation move after this huge impulse move to the downside here. But now we're on the lower time frame, we can look for potential bounces from this downtrend here. But if we come down there, I'm not too confident in entering buys in this zone, to be fair. I'd want to look a bit lower. This doesn't fill me with a lot of confidence. We'll get rid of that now. Okay, we're going to pull this all the way up here. We've already bounced off this golden pocket. That was lovely. Let's put this on, see what we can come up with. I like this 0.886. Okay, we do have a previous 4 hour there. Point of control of a previous range. We do actually have a lot in this area here. Very, very, very tight area. Let's move this down. Yeah, we do actually have a lot in this very, very small area. So we've got 0.886 plus previous range, point of control, plus prev 4 hour, plus trend. I like this. There we go. Okay, this is a buy level that I'm looking for. This would make sense as well. Like a lot of times looking at the chart, zooming out a bit and just seeing, okay, would that actually make sense is a nice way as well. Sort of continues this higher time frame range here. If we anticipate the markets to, let's zoom out a little bit. If we anticipate these markets to continue to range in this sideways market here, you know, take out lows here, take out highs here, and just continue ranging in this sort of large sideways action, then this makes sense for a potential bounce. XJR, please explain. She needs some more tabs. Yeah, I think I got a bit too many. I don't think AI is good at identifying trends. I don't trade with ICT as well. ICT is an unprofitable trader. A lot of his concepts he just plagiarized from auction theory. It's not his own stuff. He did popularize a lot of things, but I don't particularly like it. Andy, so the reason we do it in short format is purely from looking at the YouTube analytics now after doing it in short format a lot. The sort of average view duration is like substantially higher than when we did it in landscape. Now that tells me that majority of people are happier viewing it in that sort of short form format, if that makes sense. But again, let me know your thoughts. Message like at me in Discord your thoughts. If majority of people are for landscape, then we can do that. But just judging off pure analytics, it seems like that's the way to go. XLR, how did you come to that conclusion? What style do you use? So I look for basically confluence trading. So I look for areas of support and resistance, whether that's using high volume nodes, low volume nodes, value area high, value area low, naked points of control, trend lines, Fibonacci, etc. Daily opens, 4 hour, daily, weekly, monthly support and resistance. And then I look for areas where a lot of those line up. That gives me a high confluence area, an area where we can expect price to bounce. And then when we approach that level, I look for confirmations and then I enter accordingly. Oh no, world free speech is back. XLR, don't sell courses. Do you do crypto? So I do trade Bitcoin, but what do you mean by do crypto? So I don't dabble in altcoins. Majority of them are complete crap and scams and very not good. And so I really avoid that. I invest in various crypto, but mainly keeping it to the top ones. I don't dabble in altcoins anymore. I'm really against that. Hedge funds run into different issues. Like they're trading a completely different style. So yeah, that's not a very good point. Any more local buy levels you're looking at right now on the lower time frames? Not really. I think if we break below this low here, I see it coming down further. I don't think it's high probability to look for areas of buy positions in this area here. So I'm currently looking at gold. I'm in Bitcoin. Do you think it's still a 4-year cycle or not now? It's getting mainstream in the US. I think I use Bitcoin. I like Bitcoin. I won't invest in projects that don't actually have tangible use cases. Bitcoin I actually use. I know a lot of people who do use it, so I just DCA into it. That's my thesis on Bitcoin, really. I actually use it. I see the value in it. I like blockchain technology, so I'm going to invest in it over time. 4-year cycle, I think that's sort of over now. I think we're breaking that. If we don't, great. We could see a top around 150, 180k. But I don't think so now. World free speech, great. Nothing anyone says will get me to invest in XRP. I really don't. I really don't like it. Left coast. What you want about? Silver to the moon. I think silver has been undervalued for the past like 4 years. I know a lot of people have made a serious amount of money from silver. So yeah, could be really nice. Could be really nice. I think one of them, I can't remember the exact name, but it might be like palladium or something. It's used in like graphics cards. That has gone like parabolic. It might not be palladium. I've forgotten what it is. I can't remember exactly what it is. But yeah, it's like crazy since this whole AI boom. It's insane. I don't know. I don't know why that came to mind. I can't remember what it is. I can't remember it. Some random Mel. I'm not telling you to invest in it now. I just gave it to you last time when it was running 13%. Nice world free speech. Nice. But yeah, I don't like XRP. But look, if you make money with it, then by all means, absolutely incredible work. We'll actually rotate to Bitcoin given the crypto chat. Wait, let me just zoom out on gold and see what is going on here. Make sure everything's nice. I like these two levels here. They're very nice. I like 0.886 previous range, point of control, previous 4 hour. I like this a lot as well. Yeah, this looks good. Okay. Let's rotate over to Bitcoin with all this crypto talk. So I did have this level on last week for a good few live streams. We got a really nice bounce off it here, but unfortunately we came to the weekend, so volume wasn't really high to carry us any further than that. And then currently we're just sort of struggling past it. That was a huge move down, Let's see what other areas we can look into. This was sort of, if the 4-year cycle was truly going to come to fruition, then this trend line at the top here would be like my top target, but we didn't quite reach it on this last move up. So yeah, that's not very good. And then let's move on to the weekly time frame. Yeah, momentum's coming down. Money flow is still fairly high though. Higher time frame analysis on Bitcoin is normally extremely good. Like Bitcoin on a higher time frame, you can read very well. It's one of the nicest things ever. Like swing trading Bitcoin is like really nice. Like I'm talking spot holding it is really nice. But yeah, we're getting some bearish divergences on Fu Manchu. Money flows still relatively thick in the green, but it is curving to the downside now, which I don't particularly like. On the 4 hour, we are forming a bullish divergence. By the way, something key here is I do like to rotate between time frames. I get asked a lot, Max, what's the best time frame? There's no particularly best time frame. If you want more information, zoom in. If you want less information, zoom out. That's a key thing which I use, and I see a lot of people asking me, Max, what is the best time frame? Again, there isn't a best time frame. If you want more information, zoom in. If you want less information, zoom out. let's pull a fib from this low. I know that was this golden pocket, which this still could. I'll be surprised if we don't get a bigger bounce from here. Like, this is such a strong level. I'll be surprised, very surprised, if we don't see a push up on this. Like, that would be very, very, very bearish. What we can do, though, okay, we can, this looks nice. What we can do here, put on this, get rid of these. We don't want to see anything other than weekly and monthly. And I don't really want to see previous. There we go. I don't really want to see daily opens either. Let's see where the monthlies line up. Monthlies are just so strong, so keeping those in mind. Okay, there is a monthly there. A lot down here. Jesus. Okay, that's 65k though. I don't know. I don't know whether I want to think about that. 65k would be awful. Okay, not much is really lining up there. Not too much of a fan. Anything under 50 minutes, too noisy. Yeah, I believe, I do agree with that, James, but for when you're looking for specific confirmations, so for example, you get your confirmations on like the 15 minute, then you can zoom into the 5 minute, then you can zoom into the 1 minute and look for very, very precise confirmations to really optimize that entry, because a slight optimization in entry can really boost that risk to reward. Yeah, definitely higher time frames are easier, less emotional, you know, less quick moves. It is nicer. A lot of people, when they first get into trading though, they do, you know, think scalping. They think quick moves equals quick profits, which just isn't the case. And systems which work on lower time frames tend to work on higher time frames. Markets are just fractals of each other. If I brought up a chart now when it was on the like daily time frame or whatever, and then I put on the chart of like the 10-minute time frame or something like that, like you wouldn't be able to tell the difference. Again, markets are like fractals of each other. And so if it works on the lower time frame, you can do it on the higher time frame, not have the annoyance of missing that entry, the emotionality that comes from markets moving very quickly, hold positions for a longer period of time, etc. So it can be nice. You know, there's pros and cons to everything. How can I join your group? Because you're such a good help. I'm new to trading and you helped me make my best trade of 14k on my practice demo. Nice, Jim. That's really, really amazing to hear, mate. And then to get involved in the group, you just click the link in my description on YouTube. Drop me a message. I'll personally respond, and we'll get you set up and everything. And again, Jim, if you've got any questions, like anything at all, just let me know and I'll happily like go into detail on them. Nice life the coast. How do I access the ColezTrades indicator? So in the Discord, Andy, you just go to like where you can see all the sections, so that you can see like general chat, booking a call, etc. And then you just go to ColezTrades indicator, click on that, and it's got like a setup section in there. You can click in that, and then it'll walk you through how to set it up. It's really easy on there. So Lee, I don't like to trade market open. I think market opens a very very unpredictably volatile time. I think especially Sunday night, just chilling, waiting for Monday to really kick into play is normally the way to go. Shay, very, very soon. I noticed that came up a lot from the in-person meeting. I was looking to launch that last week, but again, with a lot of members, we had 3 members come to Dubai last week, spending a lot of time with them, and then some clipping stuff, and then the challenge as well, and a lot of things like that. It ended up being an insanely busy week, so it was difficult to really get it out. Is this stock? What a great number to start off with. What can I get for $100? Kerry, we don't trade. I mean, some people probably do trade stocks in here, but I don't trade stocks. Toby, about 2.5, 3 years. Yeah, Krishina. I see a lot of people. I do get messaged normally, like, normally at least once every couple of days. Someone saying, yo, Max, I opened a trade and then I was instantly down by like this much. Like, what is going on? Why is spreads like this? And they've entered a trade like 1 minute after market open or like 1 minute before market close. And it happens all of the time. Once they realize it, they don't do it again. But it's a very, very, very common mistake. Riddle, so I use confluence trading, so I look for areas of confluence. What I mean by confluence is a lot of things lining up. So whether that's various volume levels, basic 4-hour, daily, weekly, monthly support and resistance, trend lines, Fibonacci, daily opens, previous lows, previous highs, etc. And then I find areas where a lot of those line up with each other. So for example, here we've got a golden pocket, previous daily open, previous value area low, high volume node, trend line. I find where a lot of them line up together. And then when we approach that level, I'll look for sells if we're going up into the level, and I'll look for buys if we're going down into the level. Jim, you'll be accepted in straight after this, mate. Yeah, exactly, Krishina. Exactly. You know, trading those low volume, low volatility times just it isn't really good. There's no direction. There's no volume to actually carry moves through. So, yeah. Eve, this week, you have my word, they will be back. Not in Kahoot format, though. So a new format. So I wanted to launch it last week, but again, for the same reasons with the members and everything like that. And a bunch of last week was hell. It was hell in the best way. So yeah, but it's going to be in a different format because I don't want people to have to switch over from YouTube Live to Zoom and then get everyone set up there. And then also because we can't just do Kahoot on YouTube because the delay makes it like Kahoot doesn't work if there's a delay really. And then a lot of people on Zoom were like, it would like stop working. Like if they typed a message, it wouldn't work. Like I know this happened with BV and a few other members as well. And it was very frustrating for them. So come up with a nicer way, basically Kahoot, but not Kahoot in a way we can do it on YouTube Live. Wingnut, it's completely completed. Craig's done an incredible job on it. But right now we're integrating it into something. And yeah, like I'm talking, there's been a few pivotal moments in the group's journey. So one of them being the Discord, another one being the educators. This next one blows all of them out the water. Like it's the biggest change to the group since the group started. No other group has this. Not a single one. And yeah, it's insane. So do you still do analysis on the weekends or when markets are open? So Riddle, I'll do analysis before, like the night before, just so I can get into the headspace. So when I come to the charts in the morning, I've got like basic outlines of what I'm looking for, and then I can just touch it up depending on what's happened during Asia session. What's Kahoot about? Krishina, so Kahoots, we did them for a long time. They were absolutely incredible. Basically, what it is it's a trading quiz. So there'll be questions up on the screen that are like trading related. For example, what is this pattern? It'll be like a bull flag and you'll have to click bull flag. The faster you answer, the more points you get. Obviously, you've got to answer the question right to get points, but the faster you answer, the more points you get. And then there's like a leaderboard, and whoever gets the most points at the end wins. It's really fun. It's really interactive, and you'll definitely you learn a lot as well. It's really, really, really good. But we had problems with Zoom with certain people, like quite a few members. It would just freeze randomly. On the whole, it was really good, but that was quite annoying. And then also we'd have to transition from YouTube to Zoom to do the Kahoot, because on YouTube there's quite a, not a big time delay, but there's a time delay, which makes Kahoot like you can't play it with a time delay. So we've had to figure out ways around it. So Lee, I'll mark up my charts sort of pre-London, and then from there, when levels get hit, I'll look to take a trade. Andy. Mark. What the... Mark, that... What have I just witnessed? Those two messages really caught me off guard there. I don't really know where to go from there. Yeah, after that, I think I'm going to take an awkward pause and have a drink of water. And we can just bask in that message from Mark there. Does it settle in? Mark, man. Do you happen to share trade signals? If yes, how confident are you about them? The accuracy rate. Riddle, extremely confident. So Alex in the group, Alex McKenzie is an absolute beast in the group. He backtests only the signals, so not all the analysis and not all the trade ideas and not all of the extra things that are in the group, just purely the signals. And the past, since he started it, we've outperformed every other signal group in the space by loads and loads and loads. So objectively, we've got the best signals in the space. Nice, Chris. Take care, mate. John, so the difference between gold and Bitcoin is on gold, I'll look for spikes down in money flow to look for a potential buy, and spikes up in money flow to look for potential sells. Whereas on Bitcoin, spikes down often mean a continuation to the downside, and alternatively, spikes to the upside often mean a continuation to the upside. Even though Dubai, Andy, more than happy. More than happy. Andy, get yourself out to Dubai. I'll be back in the UK soon as well. So we'll be doing another event very shortly. I'll let everyone know about that as well. Give a lot more time. The last event we did in London was absolutely amazing, truly amazing. And so we're going to continue that in 2026. Going to try and do a few events in 2026. Get a nice big venue. And just try and provide as much value as possible. And in-person value is very different to online. Being in person, being able to see someone's, sort of body language when explaining something, it makes it easier to see when they understand it, when they don't understand it, when, they particularly like something, so you can kind of tailor it in person. It's really nice to see. And then also we'll have some food, network. It's good. Hemslock, so until this low is taken, these levels are in play. Will do, Andy. Or do you think we just wait till the bigger thing is completed? I think, Craig, I think let's just get it out. And we're on about the boot camp here, guys. I think let's get it out. Just because there's a lot of value sat there, and it might as well be being utilized by the community. So getting it out, then from there, we can build on that to do the Christmas thing that I was on about. I really like that idea. And while, the value's being provided, the bootcamp's there, we can integrate it into that bigger thing, which then will make it easier to digest so people can go through, look at various sections and, the values there. And then when it gets implemented into the bigger thing, everyone, chances are, it's like a second launch for it because it'll be easier to navigate through, if that makes sense. Yeah, I really like the Christmas idea. I think that's a really, really good idea. That was by Ben, by the way. Ben came up with that. This is like Enigma code, yeah. I'm going with that. Okay, yeah. I think that's the best. I think that's the best plan to go. If we wait until, I mean, oh no, we're not far from December though. Wait, I'm thinking December's like 2 months away. It's next month. I think now releasing it, people who want to jump ahead can jump ahead. People can get familiar with it. From December, we'll do that plan, make everyone aware. I think 2 weeks is a good amount so people can jump through, get more comfortable with it, and then in December we'll do the bootcamp idea, and then all the while we'll get it integrated into the bigger thing, which is just insane. No, Craig, everyone's going to gain access to the bootcamp. Everyone. That's going to be crazy. When that first comes out, that's going to be... Look, it's going to be a difficult time. We're going to have the full team on deck, okay, to try and answer any questions that come up with it and everything like that. But I think that 2 weeks to just power through that initial launch. You know, when launching anything, there's always craziness. So having the full team there to just power through it and just get everyone familiar with it. And then when it comes to Christmas, we'll do some, like, start of December, we'll do something special. And then we'll get it integrated. Craig's doing God's work right now into this bigger thing, which basically makes it even more digestible at the same time as well. Hope that makes sense. Pretty sure I just talked in, like, complete, like you said, complete enigma, but I hope it kind of makes sense. James, for what? I think it's no problem. I think I've cracked Enigma. Hammer, you have not. It's impossible to crack. Got to speak in code so we don't reveal anything. Yeah. I think launching that and just not saying anything and then just like doing a huge... Like for New Year, that would be insane. Like insane. I'm telling you guys, if you're in this community going into 2026, you're in for a treat, okay? Seriously. No 1-2 dark fingers. I just got a message from Mark, who was just flown out to Dubai. He said, back home, thanks ever so much to you all for everything. I'll be 100% back. Big shout out to Mark. You're all not ready. No one's ready. No one's ready for it. Not a chance. Man, it's going to be insane. Okay, you know what? I'm wanting to get back to Craig's messages and get on this. So I think we're going to finish the live up there. I appreciate everyone, tuning in, asking questions, everything like that. Hope you found some value in it. I hope you're hyped up as well. All the members in here, I hope you're hyped up for obviously the bootcamp coming out. The thing we've got for Christmas. Like, we've got quite a packed sort of segment now. So obviously the bootcamp coming out, the bootcamp coming out. We've got this December thing, which you'll really like, I assure you that. And then also for the start of 2026, we've got the biggest thing that's ever happened to the group. So you're in for a crazy, crazy, crazy time. So yeah, hope everyone's enjoyed the live. Take care, everyone. You've got a fresh week ahead. Whatever happened last week, okay, clean slate this week. Stick to your rules. Don't go too crazy. Proper risk management. Focus on trade management and risk management over the system itself. That's where true profitability really lies. And I hope everyone has an amazing week. I'm wishing you all a lot of luck on the charts. You don't need it. I'm sure you're going to smash it. And yeah, take care, everyone. See you in a bit. See you in a bit, Craig. See you in a bit, Andy, DB, Mark, Harry, Hammer, Johnny, Andy, Mark again, 1-2 Dark Fingers, James, Krishina, Hammer, other Craig, FCB, Andy, Jim. Take care, guys. Have a great night.